All right, Nick.
Hey, Pat.
How's it going?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Good. So, I know we were talking a lot last week about practice, keeping our log and all that, what we're doing away from the lessons. So tell me how this past week went. We had a lesson about, I guess it was 6 days ago.
Yeah.
So what have you done since then?
So I know you told me you want to try and practice, maybe 3 times in between lessons.
Right.
For about 45 minutes or so. I was only able to get out to the driving range twice.
Okay.
I was out there for about an hour practicing what we worked on.
Right.
I had work getting in the way, things like that. But
Okay.
this next week I'm going to try and go 3 or 4 times for sure.
Nice.
But I think I had some pretty good practice.
Okay. And so what drills were you working on? Were you using the head
Yeah,
cover drill that we were talking about
I was
last
using the
week?
head cover under the left arm.
Right.
To try and keep, my plane and line straight. And
I
also
feel like these drills are starting to help a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I do.
More familiar with them.
Yeah, I think that drill really helped me. I can see my divots are going more down my target line now.
Nice.
As opposed to, kind of outside in.
Right.
And I've started to hit a draw with everything, which is really nice.
Cool.
Nice change.
And all right, so another important thing that we were talking about was that practice log that we have, the lesson log from week to week. So you find that to start, is it helpful for you? Is it kind of irrelevant? Or?
Yeah, I find it really helpful. I've been keeping the log after every lesson, so I can look back, to our first couple lessons.
Right.
See what we worked on, and be like, oh, I remember working on that. Maybe I should incorporate that into my practice routine. Things like that, like we were saying, pre-shot routine. Been working on that, drills, as well as, just the first things we worked on in the first lessons.
Nice. All right. So we did go out and play a few holes after the last lesson before we ran out of daylight. What club do you have in your hand now?
I think it's a wedge here.
Wedge?
Yeah.
All right, so let's grab a 7-iron. And I know a shot that we came in contact with a few times last round was trying to hit that low punch shot, because we were playing over here on a day that it was a little windy, and we were talking about how when if you let the ball get up into the air, it's kind of nothing but trouble, and it can be real difficult to stay on the same line you want when you're letting the wind carry your ball that much.
Yeah.
So a shot that I find to be really helpful is just maybe like a 3/4 punch type of swing. So all you're gonna do from a regular stance is just move up a little, get the ball just inside of your back foot and move it back in your stance a little bit. You're gonna press your hands forward a little bit.
Okay.
Very similar to how we chip around the green with the ball back and our hands forward. And all you're gonna think about when you're taking the swing is not really getting too far past that halfway point and then driving down into the ball and not breaking your wrist through. So you want to keep a low ball flight. We're not necessarily cutting too much distance off, but it's a low ball flight and you'll just keep it up out of the wind. All right, that's okay. That's the tendency for the shot. It could be a little thick, but that's why we're practicing it. We're going to get it down. It's okay. We'll try one more. Yep, just take your time. Nice. There you go. So, I mean, you see that you can hit the shot, and, we're going to keep practicing that one, and that's something that we can definitely use, not just on a windy day, but just in general when you need to keep that ball flight low and down and up out of the sky. So,
Okay, perfect, Pat.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
glad you came out. Let's try and keep going. We have a few more lessons here before we end the series.